for foreign jets suddenly close in on China's Liaoning aircraft carrier in the Western Pacific. Within seconds, J-15 fighters launched through stormy skies, armed, fast, and locked in. This isn't a simulation. It's real footage just released by Chinese state media, and it's shaking up the conversation around airspace, presence, and power in the Pacific. So what really happened? And what does this bold display mean for the future of high-stakes regional operations? Imagine 4 unidentified jets approaching a naval fleet in one of the world's most watched maritime zones, the Western Pacific. That's exactly what happened recently as China's Liaoning aircraft carrier detected 4 foreign aircraft moving closer. The exact timing and the country of origin weren't officially disclosed, but Chinese authorities say the approaching jets were simulating hostile patterns, flying formations that closely resemble attack rehearsals. So what did the Liaoning do? Chinese media reports, specifically from CCTV and the Global Times, say the command center didn't hesitate. Despite the poor weather, thick clouds, high winds, and intense rain, the crew made a critical decision. They scrambled J-15 fighter jets from the deck of the aircraft carrier, each equipped with live missiles, and directed them straight into the storm. Launching aircraft from a carrier isn't easy under normal conditions, but doing so in poor weather ramps up the difficulty to another level. Convection currents, visibility issues, and narrow timing windows for takeoff and landing all pose major safety concerns. Yet the Chinese Navy moved forward, confident in its systems and its training. Footage released by Chinese state media shows the J-15 jets roaring into the sky with urgency. These weren't practice runs. This was a real-time response to a potential airspace intrusion. According to the report, once airborne, the J-15s reached the targeted area and executed a series of tactical aerial maneuvers designed to intercept and redirect the foreign jets away from the Chinese fleet. And that's exactly what happened. The foreign aircraft disengaged and departed the area. China's decision to release this footage is just as important as the mission itself. It wasn't leaked or filmed by chance. It was strategically shared with domestic and international viewers to emphasize a message. China's carrier group is not just symbolic, it's operational and ready to act when necessary. When the Liaoning's J-15 fighters launched into rough skies to intercept foreign jets, it wasn't just a matter of protocol, it was a high-stakes display of capability under stress. Aircraft carriers are built for complex operations, but bad weather changes everything. What the world saw was China executing one of the most technically demanding tasks in naval aviation under some of the most unfavorable conditions. Heavy rainfall, thick cloud layers, and unstable air masses dominated the skies that day. According to Chinese media, strong convection made visibility unpredictable, which is critical for both safe takeoffs and successful landings. In such environments, flight crews face enormous risks not only from the skies but from every movement on the carrier's deck, where timing is critical and every second counts. The J-15s didn't just take off. They did so in coordination with a carrier crew that had to adapt quickly to changing flight windows. Carrier-based aviation requires near-flawless communication between pilots, deck crews, air traffic coordinators, and command officers. This mission showed all those pieces coming together in real time. One of the more remarkable parts of this operation was how the J-15 pilots maintained control and tactical awareness in such a difficult environment. Performing standard maneuvers is one thing. Executing complex aerial coordination under low visibility with live munitions on board is another. The pilots had to stay fully aware of both their surroundings and their aircraft limits while navigating an evolving situation. Chinese defense expert Song Zhongping commented that this incident showcased the Liaoning's ability to operate in all weather conditions, a capability that has long been seen as a benchmark for any modern navy. And it's not just about the ship. The J-15 fighter jets, despite criticisms in the past regarding weight and fuel consumption, delivered exactly what was needed: rapid response, stability in flight, and coordination with carrier systems. The implications go beyond one event. This was a real-time validation of China's long-term investment in aircraft carrier development and pilot training. Years of simulations and drills are useful, but a live mission, responding to foreign aircraft while flying through stormy skies, is a far more meaningful test. For decades, the Western Pacific has been a stage largely dominated by the operations of a few global navies. But this recent event involving the Liaoning and the J-15s signals something deeper, the arrival of a new dynamic. The phrase from PLA Navy pilot Ku Shui-long, for decades, they operated alone. Today, we compete in the same field, isn't just a reflection. It's a declaration of presence. What sets this incident apart isn't just the execution of the mission, it's what it represents. The presence of a Chinese carrier strike group operating hundreds of miles from home waters and intercepting foreign aircraft in real time confirms that China's maritime reach is now active and assertive. The Western Pacific is no longer a zone where only a handful of countries operate freely. It's now shared space, and the rules are changing. China's growing ability to sustain operations in distant waters is part of its Far Seas defense strategy. That doesn't mean extending borders, but rather maintaining the freedom to operate in international waters while ensuring that its naval assets are protected. Interceptions like this demonstrate that China is not only watching closely but ready to respond within international norms and under high-risk conditions. The decision to release video footage from this incident was also telling. It wasn't classified. It wasn't hidden. It was produced and distributed widely to domestic and international audiences. This was a clear example of narrative control, using visuals to demonstrate readiness, professionalism, and capability without confrontation. While the footage and response focused on the air element, it also spotlighted the Liaoning itself. Once criticized as a training vessel or symbolic carrier, the Liaoning has now participated in multiple exercises and, in this case, a real-world encounter that required precision, judgment, and seamless coordination. There's also a domestic angle. These types of missions boost public confidence in the country's defense readiness and validate investments made over the past 2 decades in developing a blue water navy. What's becoming clear is that the Western Pacific is entering a new phase, one marked by more competition, more presence, and a much smaller margin for error. As more nations operate advanced naval platforms in the same waters, coordination, communication, and restraint will be critical. Incidents like this will continue to shape the future. This event wasn't just about aircraft scrambling in a storm, it was about a message. The successful J-15 launch from the Liaoning under extreme conditions proved that China's naval aviation isn't just catching up, it's operating with confidence. With no shots fired and no names named, the encounter highlighted a sophisticated, professional response that blends readiness, restraint, and real-world capability. As China continues to expand its reach across the Pacific, incidents like this one will shape the narrative. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Also, you can visit our website, SpaceEyeNews.com. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.